Welcome to Docker Security. Now, in this course, we are going to go over several belts, which are character belts, in trying to explore Docker. Now, the question is, what is Docker? And what is also the layout of the course? Let's start picking out what the course entails. So the first thing we need to do is we are going to go into white belt. Now in the white belt, what we are doing here is just setting up the lab which we'll be using. Now the lab we are going to be using, it will involve, these are the requirements rather. So you have got, we are going to have PC1. Now this PC1 will have a Wi-Fi card, and we want to install another Wi-Fi card. So we are going to have two Wi-Fi cards to this PC1. Now the operating system we are going to install in this, it will be Kali. So we are going to install Kali Linux. And the other thing which is a must in this course you need to come up with is a Raspberry Pi. So we'll install a Raspberry Pi here with also a network card. Now the Raspberry Pi, this Raspberry Pi here will have all the infected applications which we are going to use. So all you need for this course, there are these two things: your PC with Kali Linux installed, and the Raspberry Pi which we are going to install the operating system. Now I've got a link to the operating system and the methodology how you're going to install this Raspberry Pi. So this allows us to be able to use this on the move. So you could be in a hotel, you could be in your place. You don't want running too much cables. All you need is these two Wi-Fi and Kali Linux, and then we can, and the Raspberry Pi. Now, where the question will be, where are we going to install the Docker? Now, in this Kali Linux here, in the kernel, we are also going to install the Docker. So we'll install the Docker engine and we'll be using that. So after installing the lab, we are going to go into yellow belt where we are going to still have the same architecture, which is PC1, and we have the Raspberry Pi. So as I mentioned, two network cards. So with the two network cards, we'll be able to talk to the Raspberry Pi or connect to Raspberry Pi. So this one we can use it for sniffing traffic. There are some couple of changes you could add on to this, but we won't go into that. This is all what we need from yellow belt all the way to the lithium exercise. So in orange belt, we are going to be scanning this Raspberry Pi here. So we are moving in this direction. So we'll do a reconnaissance. We are going to do scanning. We are going to gain access, i.e., we are going to attack the Raspberry Pi and be able to either SSH into the Raspberry Pi, and then we are going to maintain our presence in there. We might use netcat here, so we use a tool called netcat. Then we can also use either Metasploit to cover tracks and also achieve other um, stages where we can do such as command and control. And also we are going to go into the vulnerability attack, which here it will be, we are going to do o OWASP. So we are going to do OWASP uh, top 10 attacks. So this will be against the Raspberry Pi here. And we are going to also do some uh, network analysis either using Wireshark and other tools also. And we are going to go into Android uh, pen test, and then towards the end we'll finish with the Red Hat team exercise. So I hope this has been a quick introduction, and I hope to see you in the next chapter where I show you the categorization of the courses.